Hey you guys, what's going on? My name is Panda, and today I'm going to be doing my first ever build video. So, Borderlands 3, my main is Moze, and she just, in my opinion, the most fun character to play. But I'm going to be showing you guys my build. Now, my build isn't perfect, but it is a lot of fun. It isn't a let's kill bosses in 1 second, let's kill all mobs in 1 second. It is just an all-around fun build for me to play with, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. So without any further ado, let's get into the build. So first gun, Guardian Angel. Everyone knows Guardian Angel is super good when it comes to trying to do a grenade or rocket launcher build, especially with Moze. And the reason why is because weapon damage is increased based on distance, so the further you get, the more damage you do. There is a cap. I don't remember the cap, and I don't even remember how much bonus you get. I think it's like 90% or something like that, but I could be wrong. But this is just a great weapon to have when it comes to a grenade build or rocket launcher build. Next, the Hive. The Hive, in my opinion, is probably one of Moze's best rocket launchers. Plague Bearer and Backburner is really good with her as well, but those are not as much fun, in my opinion, as the Hive. The Hive is an extremely fun gun to use, and you're going to be seeing that with all of my weapons. I'm going to have while under 50% health, deal 100% bonus radiation damage, and I'll show you why that is later on down the build. But the Hive, extremely fun gun to use on Moze. Next, the go-to weapon, in my opinion, for Moze is the Soul Renderer. This gun is outstanding. The base damage itself is good, but when it shoots the skulls out and it gets bonus and you get that splash damage from Moze, grenade damage from Moze, it just makes those skulls that much stronger. And the Soul Renderer is just a go-to when it comes to having a Moze build, if you have DLC. If you don't, Chaosin is a great weapon as well. Most people consider this top tier when it comes to Moze, but I like the Soul Renderer more. But if you don't have DLC, this is a great alternative to have. And the fourth gun I'm going to be showing off is the Needle Gun. This gun is, like, people know it's good, but people don't use it as frequently as I think they should, because the gun's just outstanding, in my opinion. This gun does so much damage, debuffs enemies, fire increases the more you shoot it, you get more magazine the more you shoot it, and just a combination of mainly the debuff and the rate of fire makes this gun great. This is a great weapon to have, especially for Moze when you're using the green skill tree, bottomless mag, and things like that. Next, for shield, Infernal Wish. Now, the primary reason why I use the Infernal Wish and not something like a Revolter is because Moze can't proc on action skill start as frequently as other Vault Hunters can. So I don't want to only get that shield bonuses whenever I have to send out Iron Cub or Iron Bear. Plus also, this build is very lazy. Like, I don't want to be focused on, oh, is Cub out so I could get this much damage with the Annoyance? Oh, do I need to have this procced to have this work, things like that. This is a very lazy build where all I want to do is shoot and throw grenades. That's all I want to do with this. So that is where I base this build upon. It is very lazy. You don't have to worry about too much. And so because it's so lazy, Infernal Wish is just a great shield if you're lazy like me, because all it does is adds a projectile for your weapons. And if you have a single projectile weapon, this thing, you really notice the difference. But if you have a shotgun, you won't notice it as much. But that's why I picked the Infernal Wish. Next, Bloodletter. Bloodletter is just a very good class mod for Moze because all the healing goes towards her shield. And with this build, I have only one health bar and everything gets put into my shield. So constantly throwing grenades, healing with Vampire gets put into the shield, helps with survivability incredibly. Plus also this has really good passives for the weapons I like to use. Because as you see, all these, I use a TDR for the Needle Gun, Torg for the Hive, which is very good for projectile speed for the Hive because the missiles move very slowly. so having that projectile speed does help. And then grenade damage just helps out with a grenade build. Grenades. I do not have a cloning maddening tracker because of how hard that thing is to farm. So this is the best alternative I've found, is a roided maddening tracker. It does really good damage. I really enjoy using this thing until I could finally find a cloning maddening tracker. But if you can find a roided maddening tracker, of course a recurring hex is a go-to. Like, a lot of people like using a recurring hex if they can't find a cloning maddening tracker. And next thing, Snowdrift Deathless. Reserves all but 1 health, so it gets put into the shield. Shield gets bonus capacity because of that. Magazine size, radiation damage, and just overall shield gets improvement. And with it being a Snowdrift, you get a lot more movement speed, which helps with getting away. If you shoot a hive, switch to Guardian Angel, helps you get that damage out a lot quicker with the bonus of the Guardian Angel. I'm going to be switching some guns around throughout the playthrough, or throughout this example. So Chaosin I'll probably show off a little bit. I'll be showing off the Free Radical, and all these other guns are kind of just things I am messing around with, but those are probably going to be the main guns that you're going to be seeing throughout this video. Skill tree. Skill tree is very, very basic. It's nothing too crazy. And for those people who don't have DLC, you don't have this skill tree, that's fine. I don't really proc too much into the skill tree. And besides, but most people will just do 3 points into Big Surplus. I didn't focus on it. The only thing I'm using on this skill tree is Iron Cub. So that way I can just throw Iron Cub out there and don't have to worry about it. But going into the actual skill tree itself, blue tree, I focus primarily on fire, explosions, grenades, healing, ammo regen, and explosions. Green tree, very, very basic. Just get more mags, get more higher magazine, higher fire rate, magazine regen, things like that. For skill tree, I do the stereotypical armored infantry, drowning in brass, and experimental munitions. That all kind of helps with mobbing. And the extra skill points I just threw into these 2 skills to help with survivability. Now, if you have the 4 skill tree and you don't worry about survivability too much, you can throw 3 points into Big Surplus. But I really don't care too much for Big Surplus, so I care a little bit more about survivability, so that's why I threw those points in there. Here is my Guardian rank, in case anyone wants to know. Everything will be active, Mayhem 11, things like that. But without further ado, True Guardian takedown. Let's show it off. So we're about to go to Valkyries, so all I'm going to do is switch in my soul render for Free Radical. help out with the shields. there we go. That is my Moze build. Nothing... Gear's not too difficult to get, in my opinion. And, like I said, you just shoot and throw grenades. That's all you gotta do with this build. But, that is it. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video, enjoy the build, give it a try if you want. And if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments down below. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good day. Later.